If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
This is my personal favorite Maryland football player next to me. This man, if you show up at the First Mariner Arena for a WWE event, you can be sure to find this guy right here. He is A.J. Francis. How's your summer been, man?
Yeah, man. I'm just working out, getting ready.
This is awkward because I was trying to explain to somebody. You're starting to think about maybe your future, and a lot of guys are like thinking about draft stock, things like that. I assume you're thinking way more about like, what does Florida Championship Wrestling look like right now?
Yeah, I always want to play in the NFL, and I still want to play in the NFL, but I also know that's not for everybody. And, not everybody lasts as long as they want to. So
right.
If I still have any athletic ability left in me, by the end of my career, and I still have all my knees intact, and I still have all that,
right.
I think I could probably give it a go and see, if Vince McMahon wants to earn some money off of it.
Dude, who would wear the knee brace better, you or Stone Cold?
Absolutely Stone Cold.
Who would deliver?
Hopefully, I'll never need them.
Right, right. Who would deliver a better finishing move than Mr. McMahon, you or Stone Cold?
Absolutely, Stone Cold. He's the greatest of all time. Right. You got to give the man his props.
Okay, so on this football team, your classic baby face would be
Terry Cheeseburger.
Why?
He always goes out and every morning in the summer it'd be 6 a.m. he was doing ladder drills out
on the show. That guy. I get it. I get it.
And he's he always smiling. He's always yelling. He's always during practice he's always screaming and yelling.
Right, right.
So that's a classic baby face.
But wouldn't there be the nature of like they want to push him as a face, like John Cena?
But then people
right, because it's too much.
And that's what
right. No doubt.
Being a little pissed off about it.
Who's the heel? Who's getting all the heat in practice each day?
It depends on what kind of heat you're looking for. I personally think that the biggest heel on the football team probably would have to be the entire receiving corps.
Okay.
They got a nice faction.
It's the way the receivers are too, right? Like it's probably the same way on every football team everywhere.
Because the receivers don't make a play, and they'll let you know.
They'll never stop talking about it. Right.
Never.
Right.
But they get blown up on a block, and all of a sudden, I'm only 180 pounds.
Hey, what was I supposed to do?
Yeah.
Right.
So,
right.
That's how it is. The entire receiving corps is definitely the biggest heels.
Who, when paired up, would quickly become tag team champs?
Oh, me and Joe Long.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, dude, that's you're kind of. I mean, who's gonna the two of you? I mean, really, like Lord. But Joe might be able to beat a couple of teams on his own.
Yeah.
Like you might not even have to tag in.
Yeah, just the fact that we got everything. We got me. I can be the trash talker.
Right.
Joe actually has a background in judo, so he can legitimately fight.
Right.
And we're both big guys. So
it helps. Yeah.
So,
right. That's
the smallest one of us is 285. So.
Well, yeah, I think you're going to be okay in most battles. Who a manager type, a Bobby the Brain Heenan? Who's a guy that if you had to walk to the ring with somebody, you would want them to be your guy?
Gattuso, Coach Gattuso.
Okay.
Coach Gattuso is the guy that he'll get you heat when you're a heel.
Right.
And he'll push you, and he doesn't have a problem taking the heat.
Sure.
So it's easy for you to turn face off.
There you go. Right. That works perfectly.
Exactly.
That works perfectly. Who is it that we'd be surprised by that you look at and say, dude, you're never going to believe this, but this guy could pull it off. Like if he really had to walk in and get the crowd to pop one way or another, like you wouldn't believe this, but this guy could do it.
I'd have to go with Josh Carey.
Okay. I don't know Joshua.
Josh Carey is an offensive lineman. For people that don't know him, they're kind of scared. Because he's a different looking kind of guy. I'm not gonna say he's ugly because he's my teammate. But let's just say. Well,
but isn't that the reason why you can say he's ugly?
But he's definitely different looking.
Okay.
And he comes off a perfect example. I was talking to a friend of mine who met Josh same time I met Josh.
Okay.
And we were talking about it, and we were like, when we first met Josh, we thought that kid was the scariest kid ever. But, he actually is one of the funniest kids, and he can get a reaction out of anything.
That's cool.
And
That's
not
cool.
to mention, he's a meathead. He's going to throw around.
There you go.
That's what you need most.
Who would get the inexplicable push? Who's the JBL of this group? The guy that all of a sudden goes from mid-Carter to champion. And you look and you say, how did that just happen?
I figure since 2/3 of our team is a young guy. It's probably going to be
Probably true.
Probably
true.
One of these freshmen.
He'd be like the Sheamus of the group. Like he shows up and 2 weeks later he's the champion.
Oh yeah, probably yeah. Same, it's kind of the same mold. While,
Right.
You got guys like me who's like
You've been putting in your work.
yeah, like John Cena was in WWE
Right.
6 years for you.
Sure, absolutely. You have a final like sign off. The Rocket was always you smell what the Rocket's cooking. Have you like when you break huddles now? And look, you're top dog around here these days, or one of them anyway. Have you started doing something like pulling in like your own A.J. Francisism?
Well, actually, as a defense, we have one.
Okay.
It's, we're taking a note from the Nolan Richardson Arkansas team.
Okay.
They said they were going to give you 40 minutes.
Minutes of hell, yeah.
And we're going to give you 60 minutes of hell, one play at a time.
I like it. I like it.
That's the new defense.
I like it.
mantra right there.
On a Monday night, just be honest. More film study or more debate about CM Punk and Daniel Bryan?
See, what's going to happen is we don't get out of here until 9:15.
Ooh.
So
And they start at 8 now.
Yeah, so I'm gonna miss like an hour and a half of Raw if I'm really slacking.
Oh.
But immediately following film and getting out of here at 9:15, going into my room, be there by 9:30, it's Raw.
There you go. Plug your Twitter account.
At the franchise, THE_FRANCHYZE. Follow me on Twitter. I got over 2,000 followers. I'm trying to make it big. I'm trying to make it big.
Everybody's cheesing you right now, by the way. They're all just like, listen to this guy.
These guys, they get anybody can have an interview with just a microphone in front of them,
Right.
or somebody writing down notes,
Right.
But it takes a man with real, cojones to stand in front of a camera and still represent himself.
Correct. And by the way, how boring would this have been if I had asked you 12 questions about field turf?
Oh my God! About to hear one more question about the turf.
He's A.J. Francis. He's a good guy. You're going to be proud to say you knew this man when he was a Maryland football player and when he was winning games as a Maryland football player. A.J., I always appreciate it, pal. It's WNST TV.
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.